I'm psychologist Dominic Herbst, and I want to talk to you about what a healthy relationship looks like. So often we spend time talking about the relationships that are really not going well, that there's conflict in them, the constant fighting, there's feelings of no trust, and that's pretty clear that's not a healthy relationship. We should talk about what a healthy relationship does look like. I want you to consider this first. Imagine your relationship with somebody very close to you. It might be your mother, your father, a brother, sister, a friend, a person that you're dating, your spouse, whoever it might be. That person you regard as more important than you in the relationship. Imagine what it would feel like if they were regarding you as more important to them than they themselves. That's called sacrificial. Sacrificial means that I will give up sometimes my desires and my wants for the other person. Nothing draws the heart of the other person emotionally better than me caring more about that other person. Now you might be saying, well, what about me? Well, that's a fair question. Do you know that if you really care about that person sacrificially, you will so draw them to want to feel and do the same thing for you, that they will become sacrificial because you are sacrificial. Now you may say, well, what if I do that and they just take more and more from me? Then I'm going to suggest to you that that person is struggling with something in their lives where it's causing problems between the two of you, and they're having trouble trusting what your motives are and getting closer with you. Those things playing out has more to do with them than it does you. The other things that I want you to consider with a healthy relationship are they're not to be controlling. The other person is not to make demands of you to the point you don't even know who you are, that you're more a robot to what their expectations are than you are with your own freedom and liberty. The best relationships, the healthiest, are those where you have liberty with one another, that you get to be you, they get to be themselves. When someone starts encroaching upon your liberty, or you start to feel smothered by the fact that they're over-involved in your life, or their words are condescending or controlling in what they expect from you, and you start to challenge or fear the things that you might say because of what they may do, that's not healthy. I want to stay with what's healthy, that they'll listen to you, they'll hear you, they'll want to hear as much or more about who you are, what's important to you, how your day was, than even themselves, that they'll draw you out. If it's all one way where they're doing all the talking, naturally you're going to feel like you're the one giving and they're the ones receiving. Healthy relationship is reciprocal. You're feeling as if you're getting almost as much in return from them as you're giving in the relationship. That's reciprocal or mutual, that you don't need a slide rule, or you don't need a calculator, but you know that when you're giving in the relationship that you're getting about the fair amount in return. You shouldn't, though, be put down in a relationship, nor should you put the other person down. You should not get personal with them. Say things to them that would make them question their importance to you, make them question their intelligence. You can even say phrases where you don't say to the person, you're stupid, but you can make them feel stupid by the way you interact with them. Like, I can't believe you didn't know that. Now, you didn't say they were stupid, but they felt stupid. You and I feel the same way when that happens. So we're not to overpower them. We're to give them liberty or freedom to be who they are. We are to be real in the relationship, not concealed. We are to be honest, forthright, transparent, not deceptive, not beguiling. You ever hear that term beguiling? You know what that means? That means that there's so much deceit in the relationship, either in the other person or me, that you have trouble determining which part is true and which part is a lie. You see, that's what beguiling is. It's a piece of truth mixed with a lie. That's the worst kind of lie, because the truth will engage the person, but the lie will bind them and make them feel under control. So the healthy relationships have a feeling or desire to lift up the other person more than lifting up yourself, and a realness about them, and not controlling, and giving liberty to that person. Mutual exchange, where you know as much about them as you want them to know about you. Being real, not only in intellect, but also of heart and emotion. Being truthful and real when you're hurting, not just when you're excited. Truthful about when you're alone, when you feel alone, when you're afraid, when you feel depressed, when you're angry. All of that is part of the realness of a healthy relationship.